Here, put this on. This is my all-time favorite tape.
Look what your tape did to my stereo. You mean look what your stereo did to my tape? What are you talking about? This is a top-quality, state-of-the-art imported stereo. Look, it says it right here. Made in... Never mind.
Let me see. Made in Tunisia.
Tunisia. What's wrong with Tunisia?
Nothing if you're a camel.
Oh, yeah? Well, your tape is so old that it was produced by Thomas Edison.
Look, let's not argue.
Yeah, I'll just buy a new stereo.
And I'll get a new tape.
And you can pay me back later. Pay you back later? For what? Your stereo ruined my tape. No way! Your tape murdered my stereo.
Murdered.
I could draw a chalk outline around it.
Well, I guess we don't have anything else to say to each other, do we?
I guess not.
Fine.
Fine.
Good.
Good.
Great.
Great.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Maybe I'd better leave.
Maybe you better. And take your murder weapon with you.
Okay, Kyle, what was so important that you couldn't tell me on the phone?
I got a plan to get some national publicity for Marlowe.
Have you forgotten your last disastrous attempt at public relations?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the mayor paying tribute to Overeaters Anonymous.
With an all-you-can-eat buffet?
Okay. But this time, I got a real winner. A student court, where the kids can settle their differences and learn about the judicial system.
Ooh, Kyle, that is a great idea. Who is that?
Lindsay,
But you didn't say a word.
neither did she. We're not speaking.
Are you two still mad at each other? It's been almost a week.
Hi, everybody. Evie, wait till you hear my big news.
Not now, Chris. Mom, this whole fight is Lindsay's fault.
Come on, Evie, guess what happened to me?
Later, Chris, later.
I've got a perfect solution. Why not take it to student court?
Now, that's a good idea. You and Lizzie can let a fair and impartial judge decide.
Evie, listen.
Chris, please be quiet.
And guess who I picked to be judge? Chris.
Chris, please be quiet so that I can be the first to congratulate you. It couldn't have happened to a sweeter guy.
So Lindsay agreed to take your dispute to student court?
Yeah, we both figured with Chris as judge, it would be a fair and impartial decision.
Fair and impartial, huh? Is that why you invited Chris over this afternoon? Evie, I hope you're not trying to sway him into deciding in your favor.
I wouldn't dream of doing that.
Oh. Evie Ethel Garland.
Mom, it's not what you think.
Oh, so you're not trying to influence Chris by wearing this knockout dress and baking him his favorite cake.
Okay, maybe it is what you're thinking. That's Chris.
I can't watch this. Just remember, young lady, possessions come and go, but friendship lasts forever.
That's beautiful. Did you make that up?
No, I read it on a bumper sticker in the back of a garbage truck.
Chris, I completely forgot you were coming over. I planned to look more presentable.
What, are you kidding? You look great.
This? Oh, it's I just grabbed the first rag out of the closet. Care for a cake?
I don't think I can eat the whole thing.
Oh, come on. I'm sure a big, strong, and influential guy like you could eat 2 of these. Have a seat. I'll cut you a piece. Excuse me. Oh, and by the way, I left some pictures of us on the table, just in case you want to remember some of the good times we've had together. Sorry, nobody's home.
Chris! What a pleasant surprise.
Sorry, but Chris was just about to enjoy my double-layered chocolate cake.
Oh, well, then he should love this. I baked my famous triple-layer chocolate cake.
Oh, I've never seen anything like that.
Neither have I. Where'd you leave the other 2 layers?
I guess I used too much shortening.
Hey, I've got a great idea. Why don't you and I go to the movies tonight? My treat.
Oh, gee, I'd love to, but I already made plans to go to the concert tonight.
Well, maybe I could go with you.
Sorry, I've only got 2 tickets. In fact, we better get going.
Yep, I guess you're right.
You're going out with her?
As an impartial judge, it's my duty to take bribes from both sides.
Wait! Take my cake. At least you can have something to snack on while Lindsay bores you to death.
No thanks. We're giving up junk food.
Getting concert tickets. Of all the sneaky, low-down, underhanded things to do. Why didn't I think of that? So that's the whole story, Dad. And with our case going to court tomorrow, I was hoping you could give me some advice.
Gee, honey, I don't know very much about courtrooms and lawsuits. We Antarians have become such a highly advanced civilization that we don't have such things as disagreements or disputes.
But aren't you involved in an interplanetary war?
Oh, sure, but if you want to nitpick. Just remember, possessions come and go, but friendships last forever.
Boy, that garbage truck sure gets around.
Well, gotta run, honey.
Hey, hi, Evie. How's everything?
Awful. My case against Lindsay goes to court tomorrow, and I still don't know what to do.
Well, have no fear. Bino Froelich, attorney at law, is here.
But, Uncle Bino, you're not a lawyer.
Oh, Evie, I'm surprised at you. For as long as you've known me, what is the one television program I never miss?
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
No, I'm talking about Perry Mason. Besides, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling isn't just a TV program, it's a sporting event.
Yeah, but I don't think watching Perry Mason reruns is enough to teach you how to be a lawyer.
I know. That's why I've added Matlock to my schedule. Now, the most important thing for you to learn is how to question a witness. In fact, I'll demonstrate. So, Mr. Froelich, where were you on the night of October 18th, 1971? Gee, I don't know. It was kind of a long time ago, you know? Well, isn't it true that while the rest of your family was watching the Lawrence Welk show, you were already plotting your sinister scheme? Of course not. Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about. And that while your unsuspecting loved ones were enjoying the Lennon sisters' rendition of I Am the Walrus, you sneaked up the stairs like a thief in the night? Oh, no, wasn't me, I tell you. And that you then proceeded to break into your sister Donna's room for the sole purpose of malicious mischief? Isn't that true, Mr. Froelich? All right. Yes, I did it. I put the hair remover in Donna's shampoo.
You did what?
Oh, Della. Donna. How long have you been standing there?
Do you know what it's like to go through your entire junior year being called Kojak?
Well, don't complain, sis. At least you got to play the lead in The King and I. Game's dismissed.
Mom, don't be too mad at him. He was just trying to help me.
I know that, honey. But that's not how real lawyers act. A courtroom is a very solemn place where people behave with dignity, respect, and proper decorum.
Okay. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court walks into a bar with a duck on his head.
I see what you mean about proper decorum.
So the duck says,
Kyle.
oh, you heard it? Well, I see it's time to get things rolling along. I now declare student court open. Judge Chris Fuller presiding.
All right, order in the court, dudes.
Your Honor, our first case is between Kimberly Busquets and William Burns. Kimberly has accused William of reneging on a date. She claims he promised to take her out and then stood her up.
Well, I don't have to hear any more. The solution to this dispute is obvious. Kimberly was promised a date, and a date she will have.
Gosh, Chris sure is good at this.
Pick you up Friday at 7. Case dismissed.
Too good.
Our next case is a dispute between Evie Garland and Lindsay Silker.
You may make your opening statements.
Fellow students, members of the court, and of course, the big, strong, and handsome Judge Fuller.
Oh, give me a break.
I will prove my case beyond a shadow of doubt that it was Miss Selkirk's faulty tape that caused damage to my stereo. And I ask that you find her guilty as charged. Ms. Selkirk?
Unlike my worthy opponent, I wouldn't dream of trying to influence such a respected jurist as you, Your Honor. By the way, I waxed your surfboard for you.
Thanks.
Let me be direct, Your Honor. What we have here is the story of a tape player gone berserk on a wild and wanton killing spree, leaving nothing in its wake of violence but the dismembered and mutilated body of an innocent, defenseless tape.
Spellman, you may call your first witness.
As my first witness, I call to the stand someone who is completely neutral, impartial, and unbiased. My mom.
Thank you very much. Honey, you look so cute with this super little briefcase.
Mom.
And everything.
Please be seated.
Mrs. Garland, are you familiar with the tape player in question?
Yes.
And to the best of your knowledge, had it ever eaten a tape before?
None that I know of.
You're a witness.
Oh, it's so nice to see you again, Mrs. Garland. May I call you Mrs. Garland?
Oh, of course you can, Lindsay.
The only reason I ask is that you also used to go by the name of Donna Froelich. Isn't that true?
Well, yes, Froelich was my maiden name.
And how many other aliases are you hiding from the court, Mrs. X? I object.
Overruled.
All right, let's not linger any longer on your checkered past. Tell me, Mrs. Garland, how old are you?
I object. You can't object to the witness.
Then I'll object.
On what grounds?
Counsel is badgering an elderly person.
Yes. What?
Good point. Sustained.
Tell me, Mrs. Garland, what kind of a child was Evie? Did she ever have occasion to, say, break a toy?
Well, I guess so. Well, yes. Once when she was 3. She tried to deep fry her Mr. Potato Head.
So in other words, this toddler terrorist had already started down the path of negligence and destruction that led us to this courtroom today. Arrest my case.
You may step down.
Well, how was I, honey? Well,
That Mr. Potato Head story could have convicted Mr. Rogers.
now, Edie, don't blame me for what's happening. This whole thing should have just been between you and Lindsay.
Me and Lindsay, huh? Mm-hmm. No, Mom, you're right. Your Honor, I would like to call to the stand someone who will prove my case beyond a doubt. I call to the stand Miss Lindsay Selkirk. Miss Selkirk, we've known each other for years.
Correct.
And in those years, have I ever done anything mean or rotten?
Well, once in the 5th grade, you let me copy your algebra test.
How does that mean?
You got a D.
Oh, yeah. You know, I probably never could have passed that course if you hadn't helped me with all those equations.
Hey, what are friends for?
Oh, I'd really hate to interrupt. Would you like to wrap this up before high tide?
Sorry. Now, Lindsay, Miss Selkirk. Please tell the court exactly what happened before the incident occurred.
Well, it was after school, and we decided to go to the mall and check out the hunks.
Oh, yeah. Hey, remember those men in uniform that kept winking at us?
Yeah. Too bad their den mothers showed up. Boy, we do have fun together.
Yeah. Remember when I got my tonsils out and you snuck in with ice cream? I can't believe you passed yourself off as a doctor.
You can't believe it. How about the guy I prescribed an appendectomy for?
You know, you're the best friend I ever had.
Me too.
I'm sorry, Lindsay.
I'm sorry, Evie.
Your Honor, I'd like to drop all charges.
Me too.
Surf's up.
I don't understand why we let it get this far.
Well, as I recall, this is all Donna's idea.
What?
Yeah, you're the one that said to take it to student court.
Oh, whose stupid idea